Good morning, Dopey. Your favorite podcast, now able to show.
Good morning, Dopey, and welcome to Good Morning, Dopey, our deep yet ultimately often very shallow dive into the daily reflections. My name is Dave, and I'm joined, unfortunately, by Howard Bucksbaum.
Why is there a roll of toilet paper on your desk?
We were doing an interview, and I felt sneezes coming.
What?
I'll say it again. We were doing an interview, and I felt...
Oh, you're going to use the toilet paper as a tissue.
No, I was going to take a shit in this chair and use it as toilet paper. You don't use toilet paper as tissues?
No, I use tissues as tissues.
Yeah, you're very
Actually,
stuck.
I have a handkerchief.
Do you really?
Yes.
Let me see.
It's my shirt.
No, you don't.
Of course I don't. Who has a handkerchief?
My dad.
Your father walks around with a snot rag.
Yes, in his jeans. And you know what I do, right?
Does he... You eat it?
Do you know what I do? What my
you get
handkerchief is?
Your shirt.
No, when I ride the Metro North, you've never heard what I do?
I can't wait to hear this. Only specifically the Metro North, not the LIRR.
I meant the Long Island Railroad. But if I'm... I mean, I guess it's embarrassing, but...
I hope so.
I have serious allergies. Okay? I have serious allergies.
Yeah.
And when I'm allergic to something on the Long Island Railroad. I think it's the poverty, the people, the
poverty, it's the people.
The Long Islandness of it all. I don't know. I think it's probably the recirculated air.
Yeah.
That I'm allergic to.
Let's go with that.
And I'll start sneezing when I get on, and there isn't enough tissues. There isn't enough fucking paper towels. There aren't enough handkerchiefs in the world. Sometimes I travel.
The whole trip on the LIRR, you're sneezing and
snotting the whole time.
Snotting and everything.
The other day, where was I?
Animal. Getting everybody sick.
I was in the
Your COVID.
You're like an old woman. You're getting everybody sick. I'm going to tell you a couple of disgusting things in a row. The other day I was outside and it was like 105 degrees and I'm inflating the Fakakta ring on the fucking pool, which can't get inflated because it's full of holes. We had to save that fucking pool thing. Right. So stupid.
If this cat touches me.
And I'm sneezing.
Fling it out the window.
Onto my hand. Do it. And then I'm taking my mucus covered hand. I'm going, and it's going outside on the ground.
Why?
Because I couldn't stop inflating. I had to keep inflating. I couldn't stop.
Tissue.
I'm on the Long Island Railroad years ago.
Yep.
I start sneezing. I go to the bathroom. There is no toilet paper. What am I going to do, Howie? What would you do?
Use your shirt.
I could have used my shirt, but that's not what I did. I did.
Wait to hear what you did.
I took my sock off.
Oh.
And I sneezed into my sock until the sock was completely saturated. Then I took my other sock off.
I have heard this.
And I sneezed into that sock. And then when I was done, I put the sock in the side pocket of my backpack. So in the future, when this happened, I had the snot socks ready to go.
And now you're going to sell branded Dopey snot socks.
Huh?
I said now
Who's
you're going to
Brandon?
Branded.
No.
Dopey snot socks.
I don't know why I brought this up.
I think it's fantastic, but I think I've heard that story before because I remember calling you an animal. So you're saying that...
Why am I even telling this story?
Are the snot socks still in the backpack?
Yes.
Why don't you just get... Because you were talking about your father and the handkerchief.
Right.
Why don't you just get a handkerchief? Beautiful Dopey handkerchief.
All right. I mean, I'm interested in that. Yeah. If anyone in the Dopey Nation can get some kind of handkerchief made up, I would like that. But I don't think that a handkerchief... I've used a handkerchief growing up in the house that I grew up in. My dad has fucking like 100 handkerchiefs folded in his drawer.
Does he wash them?
Yes.
Every day he puts a new handkerchief in his pocket to walk around to blow his nose.
Yes. He does.
So snotting like runs in the family. It's a problem.
He doesn't have the problem that I have. In fact, my problem is so intense that a handkerchief could never be the solution. I have big socks. I have big absorbent socks.
All right.
And it's not enough.
Calm down. So you have
Did I tell you the story of how my toenails are so long and hard, and I don't know what to do. So I went to the supermarket and I bought a toenail clipper, and I tried to clip my toenails, and the toenail clipper broke.
How about, why don't you get a grinder?
What kind of grinder?
Like a grinder that you use, like an angle grinder that you would use to cut like metal or something like that.
Have you ever heard of a toenail clipper breaking because your toenail was so
No,
strong?
that's disgusting. You're a disgusting person. I mean, it's just, why don't you use a knife like everybody else?
Howie,
Get a
today,
fucking knife. Do you have a buck knife?
Today is July 15th.
Yeah.
And you know what today's daily reflection is called?
Get a buck knife.
Pride.
Pride. It's great.
For thousands of years, we have been demanding more than our share of security, prestige, and romance. When we seemed to be succeeding, we drank to dream still greater dreams. When we were frustrated, even in part, we drank for oblivion. Never was there enough of what we thought we wanted.
It's never enough.
In all those striving, so many of them well-intentioned, our crippling handicap had been our lack of humility. We had lacked the perspective to see that character building and spiritual values had to come first, and that material satisfactions were not the purpose of living. Time and again, I approached the seventh step, only to fall back and regroup. Something was missing, and the impact of the step escaped me. What had I overlooked? A single word, read but ignored, the foundation of all the steps. Indeed, the entire Alcoholics Anonymous program. That word is humbly. I thought I was going to say handkerchief. I understood my shortcomings. I constantly put tasks off. I angered easily. I felt too much self-pity, and I thought, why me? Then I remembered, pride goeth before the fall. And I eliminated pride from my life. That's why I use my socks for snot, and I break toenail clippers, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. But what does that mean, pride goeth before the fall? Because
just before you hit bottom, you
no, I don't think that's what it is. I think pride is a luxury that alcoholics and addicts cannot afford to have.
Okay.
I think that's the idea.
What's
there.
the fall though in that phrase?
That before, it's another phrase like that. Is it's better to save your ass than save your face. It's like if you're fucked, you better fucking deal with it. You better humble yourself.
Yeah.
And humility. There's some piece of honesty within humility. It's built in, because I would never say that humbly was the number one word around recovery. I would say honesty is the number one word around recovery.
Maybe to be honest, you're humbling yourself because you've been lying to yourself.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Right. All right. Enough of this. I've said too much.
This is a good one. Short and sweet. They should all be this long.
That wasn't short. How long was that?
33 seconds.
Stay strong, Dopey Nation, and fucking tools for Chris. You're supposed to fucking keep a timer.
Dopey, I'm face down on the floor. Dopey, please sir, can I have some more? Dopey,